Hey guys, Dis and Magic here. Very interesting weekend, I guess you could say. I asked during Friday Night Magic if my local gaming store had any kind of thing going on the weekend because a friend of mine that works Friday nights was like, "Hey, I want to get back into Magic. I want to play." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." And I know they're bringing back like all that leagues and I don't know showdown and whatever the hell else they all called it. That was all coming back with like Amat and Ket, but I didn't think anything was running right now. Well, I guess it's allowed to run it. I mean, you can run whatever you want whenever you want, and they can actually log it in as an official event. Like if you just show up with 6 people minimum, they can fire up the tournament software, put it in as like casual event or whatever. I don't know. I've never used the software, and then it'll count as an event towards them getting to a higher level on the WPN program, which now means nothing. Okay, slight exaggeration there. It means next to nothing. But it turns out, yeah, they're doing. I honestly didn't pay any attention to what it's called. Some sort of event. I couldn't tell you, but it's some kind of standard event on Sundays. I'm like, cool, let's do it. So I showed up and there was only 3 people there. Well, you know what 3 people means? Automatic buy. So I got the first buy, which was kind of funny. God, we were just messing around because it was me, my friend, and a really cool girl, believe it or not. Yes, a girl showed up to an event, and we managed to not drool or beat her over the head to drag her back to our cave. Imagine that. It's almost like we treated her like any other person, like I would at any other event in society in public with other humans. I must be some kind of wizard or something, honestly. But she was super cool, same type of sense of humor as me, and we got along great. She got along with my friend, and it was all great. And we were just like messing around. It was so much nicer than F&M. Now, everybody likes to like dick around and be funny at F&M. We got all different personalities and age levels there and stuff, but this was like taking it to new levels. Like we're quoting like internet memes and stuff. Like it was getting weird. And they said, "Oh, well now you have the advantage because you're going to see us both play and then you'll know what's in both of our decks." And I'm like, "That's scouting." And I said it like it's like the worst thing ever. Like they just accused me of like causing Ebola. Like it was literally like that kid on the internet that goes, "That's racist." And then I said, "I'm going to proceed to blindfold myself and then also go in the bathroom and lock the door for 50 minutes while you play because that's an unfair advantage." I said, "Who do you think I am? Like Team Channel Fireball?" Which that's the first one that came to mind. Honestly, they're a little bit less shady than other teams. Like anybody ever sponsored by SCG because they really reflect the company well. In fact, a lot of them have been disqualified for cheating. Oh, and like a whole bunch of other reasons from what I've heard, if I'm remembering that correctly, which I think I am. But then I still watched what they were playing. I didn't pay very much attention because I'm not that big of a douche, but I didn't like write it down, which I believe you can still legally do that. That is not against the rules. You can like finish your round, walk around, write down names and list of singles that people are running, individual cards in their deck. And then if you verse them, pull that out and read from it. That is still legal to do. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be. That might be like a judge's discretion thing where it's not specifically against the rules, but, get the hell out of the event. So anyway, she ended up winning, which meant with the tournament software, I versed her because I had won. With the bye, I won. And then we actually tied, so it had to go in the system as a tie. I won one, she won one, and then the third one went to the time limit. So we did a tiebreaker to see, because we did win a round, win a pack, because hello, 3 people. And I ended up winning the pack. I won the tiebreaker. And it still goes into the system as a tie, though. So this is where it got kind of weird. Now, nobody can play the same person twice, so regardless of what happened, I had to play my friend. Now, there's another rule in the tournament system. You cannot give a bye to one of the winningest players because it's an unfair advantage. Like if you're going 5 rounds and in the 4th round you're 4-0, it will not give you a bye. It just won't. Well, it gave her the bye because it had to. Because the top rule is you cannot play the same person twice. So this is getting really weird. We're all speculating what'll happen, and we pretty much just came down to, I think the computer's going to light on fire or the tournament software is going to crash. I believe I said that would happen like if I lost, because it would be like some kind of weird 3-way tie or something. We're running all the extrapolations and stuff. Turns out I beat my friend in the first match, and then the second match went to time and nobody won. So I won 2, she won 2, he won 1, and it was the bye. So he was out, he was third place regardless. So then it goes to a tiebreaker, and I'm thinking, well, we're going to have to go to like last names or something, because I heard that alphabetical order of last names is the final tiebreaker. I don't know if that's true. I heard it. It's a rumor. But I mean, somebody has to win. So then I did the calculation on strength of opponent. If I'm not mistaken, that was a tie. And then it's, oh, did I personally beat the person? No, we tied. So I'm like, what the hell tiebreaker is it going to go to? I mean, I actually don't know the exact order of cascading tiebreakers. I'm pretty familiar with it, but not 100% familiar. Funny story, I came in 7th and somebody came in 6th, and we both had the same record, and I personally beat that person in the first round. Apparently, they had a higher strength of opponent on average, and they do not go by NFL rules of did I actually beat that person in the game I played them, which is idiotic. That's just stupid. They just need to fix that. Anyway, back to our story. It turned out she won because I won in 1 instead of winning in 2. That was the tiebreaker. So I had heard that if I win in 2 instead of winning in 3, that is considered in the tiebreaker because I beat them more. Like it was less close of a game theoretically. But I came in 2nd, but it's cool because it was literally just win a match, win a booster. That was it. So, whatever. Like there wasn't like a prize for first place. So I thought that was fantastic. We had fun. I mean, people got time to mess around during the buys and stuff and run for food or whatever, which actually nobody did. We kept talking about it, but nobody did. And it was great to finally have just like a fun event, like a super fun event where nobody cared. Nobody took it seriously because there wasn't that many people there. Nobody kept it too pristine and official. We didn't break any rules or anything, but, it was just fun. And it was kind of like when I throw like an ultra casual event where we just mess around and play each other and stuff and nobody cares who wins. We just have fun. So, moral of the story, do that once in a while. Like you should just play them with some of your friends. Hey, we're going to show up on an off day and just run a for fun tournament. Like even just purposely run bad decks or something, or do like 100 card common pseudo sealed, like super pauper sealed. I love that. It is so much fun. You just take a brick of 100 commons, give it to each person, and give them 30 minutes to build a deck. And no matter what, the LGS will be perfectly happy that a bunch of people just walked in and wanted to run a tournament unannounced. I mean, it would be nice if you told them ahead of time, but it counts as an event. And if they get to like, I don't know, some absurd amount of events per year, I know it's above 56, they'll get a higher tier status. So it helps them out a ton, helps them get more promo items, more prizes, more from the vaults, all that stuff. So definitely do that to help them out, and definitely do it just to like blow off some steam if you're as pissed off as I am at the state of Standard right now and the state of F&M. Also, the moral of the story number 2 is their tournament software sucks. It's unfair, it's stupid, and it's poorly designed. Now, the little dark side is I don't think they were able to register it as an official event, counting towards their gateway status because we had less than 6 people. So that sucks, but, whatever. It was still fun. And I had heard that like 3 people was like the average amount that showed up, so that kind of sucks. So that sucks. I wish it was more, but it's not that big of a local gaming store, and it really doesn't help that Standard is just unbearable right now. Now, all the people who showed up historically are not the net deckers. You'd think they'd be like, oh, I spent, $250 on this deck or whatever. I want to win as much as possible with it. It's very strong. It's very unbeatable. I'm going to win as many prizes as possible, and then show up to every single event that they hold. I mean, it makes sense, but I guess that's just not what they do. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, they didn't do that. Probably because, people are starting to push back, for real. I don't know if this is happening at your LGS. I'd love to hear about this in the comment section. But people are like, oh, you're running that dickish deck again. I shouldn't even bother. Screw you. You're a terrible person. You stupid net decker. Oh, I have to play against your garbage deck again. Oh, I might as well just scoop. And people literally, they'll play one game and say, it's not worth it. This is stupid. This isn't fun. Screw you. Take the win. You pay to win, douchebag. Like that level of anger simmering after this many weeks. And it's not just me. I've kind of kept it to myself a little bit because I've been putting up with net decking douchebags for 3-4 years. It was other people. It was like people who are new to the game, and they're not just raging over losing because they're bad. They're raging over losing because they can't keep a damn speller permanent on the field. I mean, everything gets countered or killed in real time. I mean, that's such an oppressive, dumb deck to play against. It's just not fun. I mean, people can have fun and lose at the same time as long as the game appeared to maybe be sort of fair, or that they kind of got to get their deck to do something but then kind of lost. I mean, whatever, at least they got to play Magic. Right now in Standard, you don't get to play Magic, okay? It's just like you're done on turn 4, or you get nothing out the entire game and it's turn 30 and they countered everything. Those are your two options. It's toxic, it's crap, everybody hates it. I mean, no big surprise. So I think it was kind of cool that those people are just like getting pushed out socially just based on like hate and like people not being nice to them. It is an option. I mean, I've heard stories of other LGSs where people just due to hostility stop showing up with overpowered decks. It just wasn't welcome there. And honestly, if there's multiple in the area, usually you got your one super competitive one and your one super casual one, because people will get driven out of the casual one. So hopefully that extremely positive process happens at your LGS. Speaking of bad attendance, I gotta throw this in at the end. 900 pre-sold tickets to GP Vegas. I believe that's in like June or something. On Reddit, somebody claimed that like basically it was, I don't know, sold out at this point, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever the last time they had GP Vegas. And it is incredibly cheap to fly to Vegas because I think they're like board of tourism or something, like subsidizes the flights or something. I don't know. I mean, I've heard of like $99 flights to Vegas. I mean, come on. It's one of the cheapest places to go to in all of America. So nobody's like, oh, I just don't have the money. Okay, Hawaii is where you don't want to hold a freaking tournament, which I believe they just did recently. Unless that was Pokemon, I don't remember. So it looks like nobody wants to play Magic right now. Modern is a joke and everybody lost interest, even with Modern Masters coming out. That's kind of funny. And really not a lot of interest in Standard. I mean, I would love it if they published the number of attendees at F&M every week, because I bet you it's down 50% from like 6 months ago. I really feel like that's probably true. So once again, report your own findings about your own LGS. Maybe we could put some stats together or something. So love to hear about it, but I thought, cool, fun story about my fun day today where we actually held a tournament, had fun, and nobody ruined it with overpowered decks. And yeah, what a lovely story of positivity and happiness. I know some of you are like way too into that. I'll see you guys next video.